Alright, everybody. I'm working on it. I'll be there in a sec. Gotta get things set up a bit. Finally doing some painting again. My goodness. Been forever. Let's see. There's that. Rich and Leo's on too. We're clashing. Alright. So here we go. Fine. You can see my painted table there. Wow, it's not very well focused. Let me see. We're going to get that in better focus, don't we? That looks way out of focus. So let's go to Properties, Configure Video. Yeah, it always looks good on my so focus. I'm going to take autofocus. I'm going to apply 82. So let's see if that comes into focus better. Emma. Sure. I see. After Effects. That looks much better. Looks much better. So focus. Go down. Hit more. Hit OK. Hit OK. All right. So I'm gonna bring my coffee. Turn on my compressor. After we drain some of that water out, man. There's a lot of water there. A lot of condensation in this thing. Drain the water out. There we go. Awesome. Turn it on. Life is good. Okay. That looks good on there. Make sure it looks good there. Working on it. Working on it. Working on it. Black Rifle coffee. Black Rifle coffee. Good stuff. Alright, so we're gonna put some of these away here. We're gonna do these a little later. Just did some taping off. And I'm gonna do some small trout. 4, 6, half a dozen of them. Just some really finesse square bigs. Very finesse. Alright, I tried to do 2 cameras, but I had it working, then I didn't have it working. Go figure. First try, I had it working. Reboot, reset, tried different programs. My goodness. So I'm going to put these in the holders. And let's see, make sure I got sound. Programs. Yep, we got sound. Yay for us. It's important to have sound. Painting. Paint, paint, paint. Paint, paint, paint. Painting's fun. You know, alright, we're going to put you up here so I can see you. On top of that. Black Rifle coffee. Gotta love it. Good, and those are my, okay, those are them. Get them, been a while. It's just been a while. Yeah, sounds like plenty. Yeah, I got another bottle. Good. It should be plenty to do these 6. And I'm going to do this turbo dork. And actually, we're going to do color shifting. We're going to have to lay down a black base for it. So we'll do a black base. That's what you do with color shifting paint. Or else it doesn't color shift. I know, it's weird, huh? I do like this though. It's sort of a green, yellow into purple. Really is a good looking color shift. There we go. Let's get some black. And we need some reducer, rubber, a few drops, put more on there next time. Alright, and then you go through a lot of toothpicks, lots of toothpicks, mix generously. And then just spray it onto this piece of cardboard that you really don't care about. So, here we go. So we're going to make these are all going to be black for the moment before we start putting the color shift on it. We're going to put the color shift in sort of on a scales too, so put scales on this too. And this is the easy part, painting a bake. Just laying the foundation, the base coat. Base coat. So, check out the link below for my newest book, Terrible at Fishing, instruction manual. It will teach you a whole bunch of stuff you probably didn't know, and a lot of stuff you probably do know. So, I try to put some really intricate stuff in there too, so even the experienced fisherman will learn something. Nice thing is you got different guides, in it for like hooks and suggestions on what style hooks to use for different fish. That's kind of cool, huh? Yeah, not all hooks are used for all fish. So, I'm just going to rinse this out now. Very important to get all the black out, but while that's drying, we got to shake that up pretty good. So, doing some bait painting. Get to run clear. Almost there. Yep, you're there. Alright. Running clear. So, now, this stuff. It's probably the best color shifting paint I've ever used. It's called Liquid Dork. I don't know why they call it Liquid Dork, but that's what they call it. We're going to get that base paint dry with the hair dryer. And we got to shake this type of paint because it's got metal pigments in it. Really, really well. And just want to get all these a fair shot with this dryer. And we might just put a little bit of, lightness right on the belly of it. I think that'll work really, really well. Just put some bone white just right along the belly. Neat. Please hit thumbs up, subscribe if you're not subscribed already. A lot of good stuff coming. I think we got some good ideas for this year's ice fishing festival. I want to do a kids area. We'll see what we can do with that. That would be fun. Focus on the kids. If you hook the kids, you hook the adults. It's just the way it is. Might as well shake it until these things are dried up. Let's turn them. Turn these. Get both sides of these guys done. Nice black baits. Yeah, black does work. Black does work. You'd be shocked. Especially in dark water. In stained water, dark baits work really, really well. Toothpick. Toothpicks are very important for stirring. They're looking pretty good. Getting there. Should be light, dry to the touch. A very light touch. Let's get there. Got some pretty cool stuff coming up. You gotta love ice fishing festivals. You just gotta. Or any festival for that matter. Teaching. Put some reducer in there. First. So it mixes real well. it's a large tip. When you're dealing with these metallic pigmentations, you want to use a large tip. You just don't want to jet it out, though. You know, just a little bit, so you don't waste the paint. So, all right. So we are ready to apply this next coat. This was an older holder. Is there newer holders? Let's get them situated, ready for me to hold them and blow the air on it. Alright, we are good. We're good to go. So we're just going to put a beautiful coat. This is a great paint. Really is a beautiful paint. I don't know if you guys can really see that, but it is a beautiful, beautiful transitory paint. Not really working the bottom of the bait because we're going to make that lighter. We'll put a couple coats of this on there. Use up this bowl. And then boy, it's beautiful paint. Again, I'm not putting a lot of pressure on the trigger, so I don't really want to waste paint. This is expensive paint. Very expensive paint. We're going to dry these, and then we'll apply a second coat on top of them. But that is so beautiful. Look at the green goes into sort of a yellow before it gets into the purple. Really is a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful paint. It's called what is it called? Heck, I don't know what it's called. It's got a paint number on it though. I forgot what it's called. Well, anyway, that's it. That's its UPC, so if you ever want to get this paint, it's fantastic paint. So I put a couple layers on it with the airbrush, and then we will add the bone white to the belly of this, just to lighten up that belly some, give it a really cool look in the water. Yeah, sure is going to be pretty. These will be pretty. And then we'll just, we're basically this time of year we're just, hey, common sense. Oh my gosh, how are you? I saw that you started broadcasting lately. That's really nice. I mean, I took us some time off too, so yeah, it's good to see you. Really good to see you. I hope all is well. Hometown area for me. So up here in Klamath Falls, it's snowing. So we're just waiting for the lake to freeze up. And I'm thinking about making my own ice fishing rods. So really toying with that idea. I think that would be really cool. Carbon fiber grips and rods. It has been a long time. Crazy. I mean, well, my PTSD really kicked in this year, and I just retreated from everything. So it wasn't good. It just wasn't good. So we're going to add another coat of this. Again, these are just thin coats on top of each other. And it just, this is such a beautiful bait. Such a beautiful bait. And this is not only for bass, but this will be a great trout bait. Really good trout bait. Finesse. This is a finesse bait. It's only about 3 grams or so. Although, depending on the hardware I put on it. So, you can use a spinning rod or a BFS reel with this. I use BFS. So, I'm thinking about buying an Aldebaran. Shimano Aldebaran. And this company, Edge Rods. Edge Rods finally started making ultralight. I thought about making my own, but you know, if I order one now, I might get it before season, before spring. I don't know. They're very slow, but they hand make these rods, fantastic carbon fiber grips to them. I love the reel seat. I love the blank on it. They started making, this is a medium fast. They started making an ultralight now, brand new. So BFS, they did have a light. I wanted something that could cast 1/32 of an ounce. And so very excited about this. This is my ultralight BFS right now. This one up here. This is a Cajun trigger rod light. And it does really, really well. The Shimano Curado that's on that is a very, very good. This is an Shimano SLX XT. The Curado does a very good job at casting, but I really want to go even lighter. So I want to be able to cast, under a gram of bait with my bait casters. So you can see, some of these rods are they're all stowed up. Now I have to take them apart and maintenance them. Clean them up with some acetone, relube them, and get them better than new for next season. So these rods are up here to get refurbished. Not that they need it; they're all in really good shape. So, but if I get an Edge rod, which is about $300 on sale-ish, and then a a Shimano Aldebaran, that's $400. I think it's $300 or $400. Although I do like the Conquest, but I think the Conquest, the way I fish, riding my thumb, I think the Conquest, the non-low profile reel will, even though it's a better reel, I think I would have a little harder time operating it because I'm so used to low profile bait casters. So, I could do either the Conquest or the Aldebaran. The Conquest is such a great reel though, and it tears me up a little bit. So which one to do? So we're going to add another layer onto this. You can see the colors really coming out on this. So again, we didn't paint the bottom. Bottom's just black right now. Not yet. We'll get to the bottom after these set. So, but what a beautiful bait. This bait is gorgeous. Look at that. Is that coming out on the camera? Yeah, it is. It is an absolutely stunning shift of colors on this. And it's very expensive paint. I mean, you could tell by the size. This is 0.67 ounces as opposed to, let's say, if I get some Wicked color, this is 2 ounces. So, same price. Same price for both of those. So, obviously, I mean, Wicked is a really good paint. Don't get me wrong. But I've never seen a color shift this good in a paint, ever. It is such a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful paint. I mean, that's what you're paying more for. I mean, besides me painting a bait, you're paying for me to use really good stuff, good hardware, good split rings, fantastic hooks, everything. I mean, when we buy. Yeah, thanks, fishing. I know, it's been forever, hasn't it? It's been forever. Well, I wrote that book, so check out the book below. It's Terrible at Fishing Instruction Manual. What a great gift, because, I mean, you're giving somebody, a fisherman, an instruction manual that says Terrible at Fishing on it. But that's my channel. That's me. Terrible at Fishing. And so that book is finished and it's on the market. We'll give some away. I've got author copies in the mail. They should be here in a week or so, and it's pretty cool. It has been a while. I know it. I know. I bought more baits. A bunch of them here. We're going to paint them all up for the spring, so Lake of the Woods, I'll have a really good inventory going into spring. So I've got a few months to get all these baits painted out, and they can go ahead. I'll probably put some over in Parker's Rod and Gun here locally too, because David wants to sell my baits too. So we'll see what we can do there. And local stores, just local stores. But look at that. I mean, that is beautiful, guys. I mean, look at this. That is a beautiful bait. I wish I had some open water to give them a shot. We do have open water. I mean, I could go to a lower elevation lake, like Willow Lake. Go over to Agate or something like that. Almost done with this bowl. Man, that's gorgeous. I hope you guys can see how pretty this color shift is, because it is really, I mean, consider this was just a black bait a second ago, and then you add really, really good paint to it, and it is, look at that. You could just see that shift just happen right before your eyes. That is so pretty. It's really thin paint too. It flows really well through an airbrush. So I would, I think it's worth the money. I think it's definitely worth the money to use it. I mean, do it right? That's why great, all handmade carbon fiber rods here. This is a Shimano rod. Oh, that's my son's. It's got a lose on it. Because I don't use lose. Lose makes like the worst spinning reel on the market. That one, it's terrible. I don't even know why I have it on a rod. I knew I have it on that rod. Put a pissy foot on it. I ordered a $10 bait caster through Temu. What's a $10 bait caster look like? I don't know. I just did it. We're going to tear it apart. We're going to look at it. We're going to have a good time with it. And then we'll try it. And go outside and we'll cast it in the snow. I'll see if I can visit Lake of the Woods sometime. Oh man, that would be fun. February 17th. February 17th is my my ice fishing clinic there. So if you can make it for February 17th, I mean, I could use the help. So we're going to put this lure build bone on the belly of this, just to give it a little bit of brightness down at the bottom. I love this bone. It's a really good bone color. He did a really good job. James, he owns Lure Build. I buy all my blanks from him, but he started making, and I use his formulation for my my clear coat. It's a 2-part epoxy. But he started doing his own paints. So this is a really good paint. I like this paint. I have to get some of his color shifts and give them a shot. Really measure them up to this Turbo Dork. Although he sells this. It's really good paint, guys. Look at that. Look at that. That is absolutely stunning paint. And it looks really good, I think, on the TV set there. Look at that. I mean, that is shifting so beautifully. And those are great colors. The green, the yellow, the purple. Fantastic colors. And again, this particular one will catch bass, of course, because that's what I fish for. But it's also a great crossover for trout. This is going to be a fantastic trout bait. So this right here will catch just about everything. It's the perfect size bait for catching multiple species. You throw this out there with something like, like that, a spinning rod or something like that, or a BFS, something that can handle, 3 or 4 grams. I use fluorocarbon. I'm a big fluorocarbon fan unless it's on my heavier rods, and then I go ahead and I'll put some 15, 20 pound up to 50 pound braid. So that just depends where I'm fishing and what I'm throwing. Oh, thanks, fishing. Yeah, I'm loving these colors too. I mean, that's beautiful, isn't it? And we're just going to put a small stripe of bone down on the belly of these, just to lighten up that belly, which will look really, really good. It'll give a good contrast between that color shift paint and the belly itself. So, we just get these things dry. But yeah, that's going to look really good. And with the white belly, that's going to look really good. Yeah, that's again, it's called Turbo Dork. I mean, how funny is that? It's like being terrible at fishing. But it's really thin. It flows through airbrushes really, really well. Even though I use a reducer, you really don't have to use a reducer with this. And I love the fact they give you instructions, on the side of it, on how to get the most out of it. First time I used color shifting paint, I didn't know to put it over black. It didn't work. I know. Go figure. But yeah, this almost looks like a rainbow trout. the way the colors are reflecting, it almost has, I mean, a rainbow trout, coloration to it. So, again, fantastic color for multi-species. I gotta shake this up pretty good. I got time. Let me just dry these things up. One thing about color shifting paints, because of the pigmentation in it, their dry time is slower. I don't dare touch it with my fingers because I don't want to put my fingerprint on it. It takes a while. It'll be fine. I did get some new baits, new action baits, and so again for spring, I'm not going big baits for spring, although I did get some nice size jerk baits. And this is a jerk bait, and it was just a tiny one. And but I did get some really nice pencil baits for topwater. Really nice. I'm looking forward to painting those and using those next year. So, but again, I might just order one of these rods in ultralight. I'm going to give them a phone call and say, look, what's your manufacturing turnaround time for those? It's a brand new rod by them. This is a Gary Loomis edge rod. This one right here. This is a Gary Loomis edge rod. And again, 52 people it takes to make this rod. And I've learned in that book that I just published, I teach you guys a lot how to buy a rod, or what to look for in rods. Chinese made rods, if you get one properly made, you've got a miracle. These are all American made, except for again, this isn't mine, but the ones I have are American made. And what they do is that they find the spine on a blank, and then, depending whether it be a bait caster, the trigger side is the spine side. This lines up perfectly with the spine. If it's a spinning reel, spinning rod, the guides are on the spine side. So it's just, you just gotta, it's just backwards. But what that means is that the spine allows the rod to naturally bend, and so your casting is smoother and more accurate with a properly aligned rod. But here's a Shimano rod. I haven't tested it yet, but more than likely that rod is not lined up. This is not the spine right here. That's not the spine, more than likely. They're mass-produced rods. So, American-made rods are going to be, better casting, more accurate rods. So, but I love these new handles. This carbon fiber handle translates any kind of vibration from here, the blank, through the handle. Instead of on cork or EVA, which I have some EVA ones up there, these deaden any kind of vibration. So it's an insulator. This isn't. Great new handle designs now. This is what I'll put on my ice fishing rods, by the way. It'll be $100 ice fishing rod when it's done. But, one thing about cold water fishing is those fish bite so light. So light. Alright, we're about to start. Let's mix this up. Put some reducer in the bowl. White, mix it up. Now you can tell this is a paint table. It's a paint table. Alright, let's see. Let's get just a stripe. Lighten up that belly. Just lighten up that belly just a little bit. That's what we're doing. We're just lightening up the belly. So we got a beautiful transition right over to a lighter belly. Very little paint on the belly. Very little paint on the belly. Bad angle. Try not to touch that paint because, technically that paint takes a long time to cure. Here we go. Nice, lighter. I mean, fish have lighter bellies anyway, so give sort of that realistic look to the bait. Like it was a real bait fish. Very nice. Small baits are harder to paint than bigger baits. They just are. I should charge more for smaller baits, but people won't pay more for smaller baits. They, I do a 7.5 inch, bait, and I charge $50 for that. It's a lot easier to paint than these little guys. The blanks cost a lot more though. And I do fish 7.5 inch baits for bass. Never be afraid of throwing a big bait in the water, ever. Big baits, big fish. Less fish though. Unfortunately. It's just less fish. Small baits, you get a bait start, a good feeding frenzy going. And when fish bite and actually attack, they make an audible sound, and other fish hear a feeding frenzy going, and it attracts them. So when the big bite is not biting, I'll throw in a finesse jig or bait, and I'll just start pulling them in. And so I'll start pulling them in and get a half a dozen smaller fish in the boat, and then I'll transition to larger baits, because now I've got excitement in the water. And those are beautiful baits, guys. Those are beautiful baits. My goodness. So that right there, you can see the light, I just lightened up the belly. I did not make it pure white. It's sort of it's an eggshell. So really, really nice bait. That's going to catch a lot of good fish. It's a great blank. Like I said, it's just one of those Goldilocks blanks where you'll catch big fish, you'll catch small fish, you'll catch every variety. I mean, it'll catch panfish, it'll catch anything. So if you're ever in the store and you're looking at my baits, then and you just want to catch fish, you know, want to put something on for the kids and just have them reel in some fish, this is the type of bait that you want to, you know, start them out at. This will get them hooked because it will catch fish, and kids don't care what size fish or what kind of fish that they catch. They don't care. They just want the thrill of the catch. Something to show mom and dad, something to show their friends, you know. Just maybe it's their first fish. You know, I give out certificates for kids' first fish at the lake, sort of like a diploma. It looks like a diploma, actually. So it is so much fun to do. And, you know, the kids are the best part of fishing. They're just the best part of fishing. So we're going to dry these up. It's turned out pretty good. Man, they're pretty. That's a pretty bait. I don't know what to say. I'm looking forward to fishing with that. We'll just hang them up there. Actually, the bottom looks more silver, probably because of the black base tones to it. So it's got sort of a silver belly to it. Very cool. I like it. I like it a lot. You go through a lot of toothpicks, a lot of paper clips. I reuse my paper clips. So that's which when you can. That's pretty. It's just a pretty bait. You know? Just a pretty bait. I love one thing about hard bait fishing, you guys heard me say this over and over and over and over and over. Said it way too many times. Hard bait fishing is a reaction strike. You can catch fish any time of day. I mean, a certain time of day is better, but reaction strikes are so much more fun to do because you're working off a base instinct for the fish. And that base instinct is something, it's a challenge between you and it. This era is a hairy fish. Got it. Got it. No, it's on the tape. Hairy tape. Alright. Man. Nice. Nice. Yeah, it's a great color. Really is a very, very, very good color. And I've got this other Turbo Dork I tried. This is a darker color. This one goes from lavender to purple. So it has a more gradual color shift. This one's much more dramatic, because green, yellow, purple, or lavender. It is really, really a very cool shift. So now there's this new blank that I bought. Had them on a Black Friday special. This is the new blank. It's a kind of almost, it looks like it'll be a wake bait, but this one right here, I think it will probably dive just subsurface. And it's got a really good rattle to it. It's got a great profile to it. I mean, I love that profile. It's real thin. So I expect this with this lip on here, because that's its lip. If it was at 90 degrees, it would be a wake bait. This one I think is going to only dive like 1 or 2 feet, so it's going to work that very top column of the water. And then I got, let's see what else I got. A lot of baits in here. So I did get some really nice pencil baits. And this pencil bait is, again, really nice rattle. It's not a real deep tone. It's got 3 BBs in it. It's weighted in the back, so you're going to need a really long cast with this. And it's got this bubble. See this bubble right here? That bubble's really cool. And that bubble will help create a slightly bigger splash. Instead of like 6 cents, they put it's like a popper lip on it. This one right here isn't a popper lip, but because of this double chin, it has a little bit nicer splash to it. Then I got some really nice weight transfer jerk baits. This is like the perfect size jerk bait to use for just about any fish. So I got a lot of those because you can never go wrong with a jerk bait. You just can't go wrong with the jerk bait. And then of course, because you had these on sale and these have always worked, sometimes with a little bit of fine tuning of this, there's a great S-curve square bill, goes down about 6 feet. And so this one right here, it's got a really good knock to it. And really nice. I mean, I got a bunch of those. I got 20 of those here. So once all of these are painted up, this will be the selection for spring for Lake of the Woods and over at Parker's if he wants to carry them. But the jerk baits will be really well, and these finesse ones here, those are going to do really well. So I'm looking forward to fishing all of these actually. This one right here is we use these for ice fishing. We use this one for ice fishing. It's a little lipless basically, but because you're really hanging it here, this thing will go down and just sort of swim right down there. Sometimes I'll put a spinner on the back of that in order to give it a little bit more flash to it, or even a spinner down underneath it and just hook off the back. So this one right here is actually a very interesting little ice fishing lure, and I've got quite a few of these. Again, I've got 6 weeks or so before ice fishing really hits, and this is a whopper plopper popper. Well, no, again, another very finesse bait. It's got a tail that spins on the back of it. That's a finesse bait, but it's got a popper's mouth. I put a spinner on the back, a tail spin. I actually have those somewhere in my box. Oh, they're there. In the back, which is a great idea. So this little tail goes on the back of it, and I like the tail's got holes in it. It really adds for more bubbles on this. And it's funny, this year I lose track because seasons come and go, but this year I saw this little boy fishing on the dock. He was about to go out with his dad on the boat, and I'm just catching fish, and it's like, and so I go over to him, and I always make sure the kids have something really good. And so I went up to the little guy and I said, how you doing? And introduced myself to his folks. And I said, well, try this. I go, and I need you to cast it over by the shoreline right there. So he's on the dock. I wanted him to cast backwards onto the shoreline. And I taught him how to use it. Second cast, he caught himself a smallmouth bass. This is a great little bait. Again, you really want to go, if you really want to just excite people with a catch, go small. Always go small. Conry, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. So we just got done painting these. It's a color shifting paint. Make sure I get a good light on that. But yeah, I went with a sort of a silver belly, and then it shifts colors into the green, yellow, and purple spectrum, and it is such a pretty. And this is a Turbo Dork paint. It's called Turbo Dork. This is fantastic paint. It's expensive because you know the difference between what you get. So here's Createx Wicked colors. They cost the same as this. But look, the difference is huge. You just get a lot more with Createx than you do with Turbo Dork. But Turbo Dork's better paint. Flows better. You don't have to thin it hardly at all, if at all. Although I do. But you put that, I mean, I've never seen a shift that good, that dramatic. I gotta get some more of that stuff because, you know, I know I'll run out because you only got point something ounces. But they're really good. So, but these are gorgeous. Those will be fantastic baits. So, but next year, you know, I've replenished all of my gear. Now, I've fallen in love with Bait Finesse Systems, BFS, and it's by far my go-to. And although this medium is really good, I mean, I love the SLX XT Shimano. I would recommend that for an all-around bait casting reel to anybody. And the Shimano Curado BFS is a great, great reel. I want better. I want a Shimano Aldebaran on an ultralight, not a Curado on a light, which I have. And so it's going to be a pretty cool, you know, next year's going to be a lot of fun. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. I really do. It's nice to get back to painting again, huh? I mean, I haven't painted in ages. No, it's been 5 months, 6 months. It's been a long time. So, but we'll get these. We'll do those ice fishing jigs. I'm gonna get those done. You know, I need to get all these painted. You know, the ice fishing jigs before February 17th, but all these other ones before spring thaw, which is May, June. So I've got I got 6 months to get all these baits painted, and yeah, I got plenty of time. But check out my book down below in the description or info area here. So where it says more, I guess. Yeah, check out my new book. It's Terrible at Fishing Instruction Manual, and it's on sale for I think $11.99 on Amazon. And we'll get those in the stores too, and local stores here. Yeah, so it'll be Lake of the Woods. It'll be probably Parker's. Probably put a couple in over in the library and the museums here, and try to get them, you know, distributed here locally in Klamath Falls. Maybe even, you know, over in Medford or Ashley, depending on the stores and, you know, if they want to or not. That's up to them. I mean, always support local guys, right? Always support the local guys. You know, we have a big Dick's in Medford, sort of like a Bass Pro Shop, just not as pretty, but as big as a Bass Pro Shop. And you know, I don't know if they support local, but I have to go over there and get them to donate for, and even help sponsor the ice fishing event, so they could give some ice fishing rods and gear away. could be ice scoops, spikes, anything. I mean, really, ice fishing is a fairly affordable fishing compared to this being affordable. So, I mean, it's easy. Ice fishing's easy. So, but yeah, definitely check out the book. Check out the book. Thanks for hitting thumbs up. And thanks for tuning in, watching me paint these real pretty baits. These are gorgeous. These came out so pretty. And I think with that gray silver bottom, it's going to look really, it's really going to catch the fish's attention. Man, that's a gorgeous bait. Kind of wish I had open water. But boy, put that on my BFS, bam! We're talking awesome. But, Cajun Rods has a fantastic deal going, 20% off. And this shirt, I love this shirt. This is a great shirt. It's long sleeve, great shirt. They're giving this shirt away with that and free shipping. So that those triggers, those light tackle, medium light tackle stuff, it's like $120, and you get a shirt, and it's a really nice shirt, and you get free shipping and 20%. I mean, just 20% off at $120. They're really good, and they have the Black Bayou. Oh, that's on the very top. And this is the Black Bayou is my medium heavy fast rod. This is the rod I actually use for my lily pad fishing. So this one's got the braid on it, and just a beefier reel. Although I wouldn't call that too beefy a reel, but it does really well. So, but might change that reel out. I don't know. Pissy Fun actually makes pretty good stuff. I love their spinning reels. They are by far I don't buy any other spinning reel besides Pissy Fun, and they've got a really good special going on right now too. So, and their ice fishing stuff's really cheap compared to everybody else. I mean, their whole suit I think is $180, and it's flotation. You get 2 jackets and pants, and it's all flotation. So, really good. Although I had to replace the zipper on the inner jacket. That's at the seamstress now, but that's because my fat belly probably broke it. But really a lot of fun. So, all right, guys, I'm gonna let you go. Thanks for stopping in. Common Sense, good to see you. Really good to see you, man. Really good to see you. So, I suppose you can sponsor Common Sense Fishing. He's from very close to a town I met and married my wife in, and I always take care of you guys when I can. The hook bite felt really nice when I tried it out. Yeah. Yep. No, I love Pissy Fun. Alright, so I'm going to head over here. And I'm going to exit with Maddie and Tay. I would have had 2 cameras, but I didn't have it going. So, look at that. What a mess. You guys didn't see that. See you guys. Love you.